What's up everyone? And today I'm going to be talking to you about the Stoltman brothers. I think the Stoltman brothers are amazing athletes. They're obviously incredible performers and strong men. I don't think they're the greatest of all time. So, this video, however, is not really going to be looking at the Stoltman brothers in terms of their ability in the sport of strongman. Instead, we're going to look at a recent video that the Stoltman brothers uploaded, and I'm going to be asking the question of, are the Stoltman brothers GOATs, or are they just hypocrites who follow popular opinion? Let's get into it.
So here we are. We just flew into Columbus, Ohio last night, so we've had a good sleep. There's this really awesome vegan burger shop, Eden Vegan Burger. Goosey's been a little bit grumpy since we got here. We thought to try and cheer her up, take her to the vegan shop. I don't know, are you looking forward to it, Simon?
Not really.
A little bit apprehensive, but we're always open to new things. Try anything once or twice. So we asked Tom, but obviously Tom loves his rabbits, so he doesn't want to kill any more rabbits, so we're going to take the brunt of this one. We'll reconvene with Tom later on and tell him how it went. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, so from what I can gather here, correct me if I'm wrong, it appears that Luke Stoltman's wife is vegan, which is awesome. That's great. That's really good for her. That's good for the animals. It's good to see that her actions align with her values. And in Tom's defense here, in Luke's defense here, he's not really criticizing veganism or a compassionate decision for animals. He does have a bit of a dig here at the awesome vegan restaurant, but at this stage he's pretty much saying he's willing to try new things, which I think's awesome. Probably my question here to Luke at this point would be, why doesn't he actually try the vegan diet for himself? His wife is already vegan. It's not hard to go vegan. We'll see when he eats the burger that he actually doesn't mind it. He appears to be acting somewhat seriously and says that it tastes pretty good. So why not? He could be the first vegan strongman at the international level. Let's see what happens next.
What did you order?
I ordered a California burger, which has got no meat, and then what I'm looking forward to is the loaded macaroni and cheese. That comes with half of the burger patty and then a load of toppings and stuff, all vegan.
Have you ever been vegan before?
I've never been vegan, no, so this is my first time eating in a vegan place. I feel very at ease. The guy behind the counter isn't a vegan, and he said he would still come here regardless of eating meat. I don't know if he likes to eat meat or if he likes to eat meat, if you know what I mean. Obviously, again, we're eating in a vegan restaurant, so I think we should all have a cheers on behalf of Tom to all the rabbits that have been killed in the making of this video. Get involved, Kush. Come on. For the rabbits.
For the rabbits.
Sing cheers, rabbits.
How was your first bite?
Really nice.
Does it taste like vegan or just normal meat?
Well, the texture's very similar. The flavour's really nice, actually. Which is nice, really nice. So, I think we'll take one back for Tom and tell him it's like a ribeye, ground beef, the best beef, Japanese fed, beer, rice eating meat, and give him it and see how he handles the rabbit deaths. So, thanks to Eden Burger, even though we had to pay for it, but thank you still, obviously. Right guys, so...
Okay, so I'm not really sure if Tom is being disingenuous here and trying to appeal to his wife, you know, trying to please his wife with some of these comments and things. She seemed pretty annoyed at some of the jokes he was making when they were doing the cheers and stuff like that. So perhaps he was kind of just sucking up to her a bit there. I don't know. Maybe he actually really does like these vegan burgers, and maybe he's a little bit more open to a change in the way he lives than his brother, who we'll see in a moment, doesn't particularly like the burgers. At this point, I think the question has to be, again, why is it that strongmen like to try and have a dig at veganism, but they can't critique any of the rationale or justifications for eating or not eating animals and their products? And why do they seem to think that veganism is just about not eating meat? Because it's a lot more than that, obviously. It's about not eating animals. And I think at this point the answer is they can't critique the arguments for veganism because there is no good critique for the arguments against veganism. There are no arguments against veganism. And I would challenge anyone on this who thinks that it doesn't make sense, because most people haven't thought about it. And I challenge you to question me with anything I haven't heard before. I'm happy to respond to any questions or critiques on veganism or whether we should be eating animals or not. Let's take a look at the next part of the video.
I'll just explain what it is. This brown bag. Oh, that smells like pure ribeye. Unadulterated beef. Not as good as Scottish beef. Tom. Oh, no spices in that, 100%. I swear down there's no spices. I asked them not to put any spices. Just, you're laughing, is there spice in this? Animal blood, bacon, double bits. You can't even squeeze the sauce. Grease should be coming out of bits. Oh, look at that. Oh, just some saliva coming out of there. Is that nice? You can taste the fakeness of that. Oh, that little mushroom. Huh? What's the matter? Yeah, it tastes... They know what it is. It tastes nice? No, it tastes weird and plastic. It's not tasting... Oh, it's supposed to sound amazing. That last bit. What is the last bit? It's bacon. That's bacon, Tom. The first bit was nice. I don't even know what that bit was, but that last bit was a good thing. Like eating like a... Give it to Cushy. I got a present back from her.
So, unsurprisingly, it's a pretty pathetic attempt to critique veganism. Tom Stoltman basically tries the vegan burger, and whether he knew it was vegan or not, who knows, but I mean, clearly it's a video where they went to try some vegan stuff for Luke's wife, and to try and cheer her up a bit, as they said. And I think what would really cheer her up is if they actually had some balls, because it appears that she has more balls than them. I mean, she's the one who's changed her lifestyle for the benefit of others. She appears to be more willing to take criticism than they are, because at the end of the day, obviously they're not able to admit that they're hypocrites if they're eating animals and claiming to love animals at the same time. If they're claiming to be compassionate, strong men, if they're claiming to be strong dudes, when they're not even strong enough to change their own diet and admit when they're wrong. And it's not an easy thing to say, you know what, maybe what I'm doing is unnecessary, and maybe I should change the way I live my life for the benefit of others, because not everything in life is about me. Other lives matter. And maybe I could be healthier. If we even look at it from a selfish point of view, we could say Tom and Luke Stoltman could actually be healthier. I know strongman's not about health, but hey, if you want to be in it for the long run, you should do everything you can to look after your heart, circulatory system, and your body in general. So maybe they should stop putting dead bodies in their bodies and treat their body like a temple. That's it, that's all I've got time for today. If you want to be part of a movement which is going to prevent the slaughter of 74 billion animals a year by reducing the demand for this weak and unnecessary cruelty to animals who are completely defenseless and innocent, you know what to do. One more thing before I go. I recently posted on a post from World's Strongest Man that said, I don't know, something like fuel to get strong. And it had like, you know, a picture of some eggs in the shape of a bicep or something, you know. And it said, what do you eat to keep you fit and healthy? Which is kind of strange because, again, strongman's not really about health, but hey, I think being healthy is great. I just don't think putting animal secretions and flesh in your mouth is necessarily the healthiest thing to do. So I posted on there plants. That's what I eat to be fit and healthy. And a nice chick posted on there who said very kindly that in some of her discussions or debates with the other people on this post, that I'm a vegan strongman as well, and that's true. And I am a vegan strongman. So if you think that you can't be strong and vegan, you're wrong. And if you think being as strong as possible is not possible as a vegan, that's rubbish. I'm not the strongest person in the world. I'm not the strongest dude, but I can almost deadlift 3 times my body weight. I've pulled trucks, I compete in strongman. And of course there's dudes like Clarence Kennedy. There's Patrick Baboumian, who's walked with 600 kilos on his shoulder doing a 600 kilogram yoke. There's Aidan Kanini in Australia, who's going to be soon contending for Australia's strongest man. He does a 500 kilogram yoke. He squats more than I can deadlift on a front squat. You know, we're talking 250 kilos plus on front squats. He can almost do 200 kilo farmer's walks, 200 kilograms per hand. 110 kilogram circus dumbbell. And this is just one dude in Australia who's vegan and a strongman. If he can do it, why can't Luke, why can't Tom, why can't you?